And here we go. This is the Combat Station. I'm your host, Ty Matthews, and today we have a special guest on, former Bellator champion, Liam Mcgeary. How you doing, mate?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, no, I'm good, mate. How's the gym going?
It's going well. Still early days. We've been open, eight months now, I think, 9 months. And I've got a few people starting. We're getting more people joining. Every week there's different people in the class, new people signing up. So just got to keep pushing it, really. That's all.
Now, mate, let's just get into the big question. Are you done fighting, or do you have plans to continue fighting in the future?
No, I'm not done. I have plans. I had many plans, but I had to change a load of plans. My body's just not keeping up with what I want it to do at the moment. I've been doing. I was trying to get myself in shape for a pre-fight camp, and there was a few injuries that just wasn't going away. I went and got a couple of X-rays, and turns out I got to get some bone removed from some joints. So once that's all cleared up, a couple of months healing, and then I should be back on the road to getting fit.
Do you plan to, if you continue fighting, do you plan to continue with Bellator? Because I've heard you were released from contract, I believe. Or is that
Yeah,
right?
me and Bellator are parted companies, parted ways.
What would be the plan then if you did return? Would it be maybe Cage Warriors, or what would be the goal?
I'd stick over here. I'll stay over in the organisations over here. I think PFL is an interesting offers. There's a couple others, but I've just been focusing on the gym, my family, and getting healthy. It's been a miserable last 3 years, so now trying to get back on track.
Now, how has the transition? Because obviously you haven't fought in a while, from fighting to coaching, doing a lot of coaching down in Hawaii, I believe. How has it been?
It took a little while to get used to it, but now I'm right in the swing of things. You know, putting my focus into other fighters, the feeling you get when you see them get the technique, what they've been trying to get, just it's just a completely different buzz. Like, I know what it was like training and fighting for fights and training in fight camps. So I understand the pressures that you're put under, but it's nice to be able to share my experiences now and share them with other fighters and people that we coaching.
Do you think you have some good talents in the gym, maybe names to the future? Do you believe you're training people like that?
Yeah, there's so many people on this island. The guys that I've got, there's some real good talent. The potential in them, and they're all green as well. So that none of them had any fights. So it's just like a blank canvas. I'm enjoying the process. Like I say, the lads, I've probably had this group of lads now maybe 3 or 4 months, and they've been enjoying the training. I've watched each and every one of them get better over the weeks. So I'm excited to see where we go. But we'll just focus on one thing in hand, and we just get in shape. And we start learning the trade, really, learning MMA, learning jiu-jitsu, learning all the martial arts, and then piecing it together.
I saw recently on your Instagram you had some Bellator fighters who aren't Archuleta, I believe. TJ Dillashaw. How was that for the people in the gym training with such elite fighters, high-level fighters?
Well, these guys are my training partners back in California. So my coach was in town and my manager, and that was his team. So I'm going to open the doors up to my team. But yeah, it's good. None of the lads managed to see it because they came over here. It's business, straight business. So all the lads were like, "Oh, there's TJ and all them lot training at the gym." It is nice to have the guys in here. You know, I can now say I've had the greatest fighters in the world training in fight clubs. So. It can only happen. It can only get better.
Now, I was going to ask you. Obviously, you've had a long career. What has been your best memory? What's your favorite fight and your favorite finish throughout your career? Because obviously, you'd have a lot.
I think the favorite finish was that Kelly and Unson with the inverted triangle from my back. That was probably my favorite finish. But all my fights collectively, I've enjoyed every single one of them. apart from the ones that I lost. But even them ones, you know, like that, I learned an experience from them that I'm not going to get from anywhere else. So I'm able to grow, build up on that, and move forward in the right direction. Like I say, miserable 3 years, so I put that behind, and I'm learned from everything that I've just been through.
What do you feel has been your biggest win in your career that you look back on? You're like, oh yeah, I did that sort of thing.
I think winning the world title,
Mm.
definitely. There's not been many people from England that have won it. So that having that achievement is no one's ever going to take that away. And I was the first Englishman to win a world title in America. So that's got to be my greatest achievement. And then my kids.
Mm. Do you ever miss England? Obviously, it's different in Hawaii. Do you ever miss England?
All the time. You know, all my friends, all my family there. The seasons. It's nice to be able to put a hoodie on and get wrapped up in his sweats. But yeah, no, I was back. Was it a year ago? I was back, I think, around about a year ago. So yeah, it is nice. It's nice to go home, but yeah, it's nice to be in the sun as well.
What would you say with England? What would you say you missed the most about it in general, though? And would you ever plan to come back, maybe?
Um, Plan to come back, I don't know. I'm always going to come back and visit because my friends and family are there. The biggest thing I miss is my friends and family. Like, if I could just bring them all over and keep them with me, then I would. But yeah, they're the ones. That's what I miss most. And but yeah, who knows what's in store for us years down the line.
Fair enough. And mate, do you watch a lot of MMA?
Not as much, not that much.
Do you watch the big fights, like pay-per-views and that?
Ones that interest me, like I think the last fight that I watched would have been Masvidal and Cody.
Colby Covington.
Yeah, Colby Covington. That was probably the last fight that I watched. I put all the free fights on the YouTube, so there's always fights going on in the gym when we're training. But before, when I was like mad keen, I would be, oh yeah, can't miss the fight, got to watch this fight, got to watch that. I got other responsibilities now, so my kids end up running around on a Saturday afternoon when the fights are on over here, so it's hard to concentrate.
Fair enough, mate. Do you know, on Colby Jorge Masvidal quickly, obviously after the fight, Jorge Masvidal attacked Colby coming out of a restaurant, innit? I was gonna ask, what do you think of that? Like, a man, could you ever feel the animosity after a fight where you'd want to attack someone after you've lost or you've won?
And it's the manner that he did it in as well. Like, apparently he fucking blindsided him and come from around the corner.
Yeah.
Nah, look, at the end of the day, yes, you've got beef. Yeah, we're grown men, but our sport, this is where we end it. You know what I mean? Like, lost, move forward, move on. Like, having attacking someone in public. We're trained fighters. We know what we're doing. People can get hurt if it's not in a controlled area. That's why we do it in a cage in a controlled area. I've learned from previous mistakes in my life, like fighting outside of in a gym environment or a cage environment. I learned the hard way. But so I know that the effects of him doing that, there's no way he should have been doing it. He should have left it at work, draw a line on it. But we are men, and emotions do run high. So, and we do fight for a living. So I understand where he's coming from, but it's still, agree with it. I don't agree now.
And mate, we'll probably wrap up in a sec because obviously you've got to train your students soon. But two things. First of all, any message for your fans? And when can we maybe expect to see you back then?
Right. Message to my fans. Thank you everyone for sticking by me. I do understand it's been a long time. This was the worst injury that I've ever had. And with all your support, I've managed to get myself through it. I hope to be fighting by the end of the year. I had planned on fighting this summertime, but obviously my body had other ideas. But my plan is to get in the cage by the end of the year, hopefully before Christmas, but we'll see where we go.
Okay, thank you, mate. And before we go, do you want to quickly shout out your gym's Instagram?
Yeah, so if you guys want to give the Fight Club Honolulu faction a follow, we find us on Instagram, and myself as well, Liam Mcgeary 1. Yeah, I only really use Instagram. I've got Facebook as well, but Facebook is all connected up, Liam Mcgeary. But yeah, just check out. We got a few competitions coming up. I think there's a fight night coming up in June. There's another jiu-jitsu competition coming up. So we've got a few lads that are keen to enter. So got to be focusing a lot of time on them. So look out for them guys.
Well, mate, thank you for your time. I wish you the best of luck going forward with your career, and hopefully we can have you back on air at some point.
Yeah, man, hit me up. All right, nice one. Thanks for having me on the show.
It's all right, mate. This has been the Combat Station, and we are out.